In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a tournament bracket for Call of Duty step by step. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Brackets Ninja platform. It is by far, in my opinion, the best bracket maker on the internet. It not only allows us to create the exact type of tournament bracket that we want, but it's also very easy to set up and completely free. So the first thing I want you to do is to click the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Brackets Ninja website. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to this page. In the top right corner of the screen, you will see this try for free button. I want you to click on that, which will then take you to the back end of the Brackets Ninja platform. So the first thing that we need to decide is the type of bracket that we want to create. You have a single elimination bracket, you have a double elimination bracket, match madness, round robin, group stage, as well as the custom option, just in case you want to create a slightly different type of bracket for a Call of Duty tournament. In my particular case, I'm going to go for a single elimination bracket, and on the right hand side of the screen, you will get a little description of it, as well as a preview image of what your bracket could look like once you're done setting it up. Now, before we proceed, we also have two options here that we can enable. We can enable voting and predictions. So simply check these boxes here to enable these functionalities. In my particular case, since I want to be the one that is going to update the brackets as the tournament progresses, I want to go ahead and disable these. Once you're ready to move forward, go ahead and click on create tournament, and then you'll be taken to this page, which is where you can start customizing your Call of Duty tournament bracket to your liking. Now, the first thing that we want to do here is go ahead and add all the participants that are going to be participating in the Call of Duty tournament. So by default, we have 4 participants, and if you want to add additional ones, go ahead and click on add participant right here and do that as many times as you need to. Now, if you have a lot of participants in the tournament, instead of adding them manually, what you can do is go ahead and click on this button right here and add the participants in bulk, and then follow the steps right here. In my case though, I want to have 8 participants. I'm going to do this manually because it's much faster, and as you can see, we have 8 participants in 4 different matchups. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead and provide all the information for every single participant. So if you take a look at participant number 1 right here, you want to go to the drop down button, and then this field is going to open up. This is where you can add the name of the participant, their ranking, as well as an image, which is going to go on the left hand side of the name right here in their own bracket. Then you can also add the email address, website, a video URL, and a description if that's relevant. In my case, I'm only going to go ahead and change the name for the first 2 participants in the matchup because I'm only making a tutorial video, so I want to quickly show you what's possible. Once you're done with adding all the information for every participant in the Call of Duty tournament, on the left hand side of the screen, you will see the look and feel section. Click on that, and then you'll be taken to the page, which is where you can start customizing the actual design of the tournament bracket. So by default, you'll be taken to the basics tab right here, which is where you can change the font, layout, dimensions, as well as the skin of the bracket. In my case, I'm going to change the skin from the slight mode to this green mode right here because I quite like the look of it. I'm not going to change the font and the layout. However, I'm going to change the score size right here because some Call of Duty games can get to triple digits, and to comfortably fit in a 3-digit score in this bracket, we need to make it a little bit bigger. So you can see, if you go to 60 pixels, the bracket expands. I'm going to keep the font and the layout exactly the same. Then you want to go to the advanced tab right here on the top, and that will take you to the page, which is where you can start customizing the actual colors of every element that you can have on your tournament bracket. So for example, if you want to change the participant name colors, instead of it being white as it is right now, go to brackets, go to participants, and then click on the color box on the right hand side here. And if you just click on this orange, for example, you can see the name changes to orange. And basically exactly the same goes for every other color right here. If you go all the way to the bottom of the page, you will also see the background settings section. So the first option is transparent mode. By default, it will be disabled, but if you enable it like this, the background basically gets removed. Make sure to do that if you plan to embed the actual bracket onto a website because it's going to look much nicer and cleaner. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and disable it. Next up, you can change the image behavior from cover, which is set by default, to contain an original. That is, of course, if you have an image in the first place. In my case, I don't. So if you want to add one, simply click here and then you can add an image. Alternatively, you can go ahead and use any of these background images right here, or you can take advantage of any of the background patterns that are right on the bottom of the screen right here. Next up, go ahead and click on the custom tab right here on the top, and that will take you to the page, which is where you can customize pretty much any element that is as part of a Call of Duty tournament bracket. So you have the general section right here, the bracket section, the participant section, as well as the tables section. I'm not going to go for any of these in super deep detail. I just want to quickly show you what's possible because as you can see, there's lots of different things that you can change around here to truly create the exact type of Call of Duty tournament bracket that you want. Once you're done with the design side of your tournament bracket, I want you to go down one to the settings wheel right here. The first thing that we can change here is the bracket type. In my case, I've gone for the single elimination bracket, which is what I'm going to stick with. Then you can change the main title of the bracket, which is this title right here. Of course, make sure to set that to whatever your tournament is. You can also go ahead and add a banner image. You can set a description as well as the rules and terms. If you go down a bit more, you can see the feature section. So for example, if your tournament has a third place match, simply enable this and you will see the third place match bracket added right here. If you want to show anybody who's viewing this bracket the prize pool of the tournament, enable the prizes section here, and then you'll get a new tab right here on the top. Now, if you don't know what any of these features do, you can see this information icon right next to each feature. It gives you a brief description of what each of these features does. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and disable the third place match and the prizes. Now, if you go down, you can see the visibility section. This is where you can show and hide specific elements in the bracket section. So for example, if you want to hide the bracket title, which is this title right here, I can simply disable this button and then the bracket basically gets removed. The same goes for all the other options down here. But yes, you can see there's a ton of different customizations they can take advantage of to really create the exact type of Call of Duty tournament bracket that you want. Once you're done with setting everything up, I want you to go ahead and click on Save Changes in the top right corner of the screen. This will then prompt you to sign up to the Brackets Ninja website. You can either do that through your Google account, Webflow account, or GitHub account, or you can take the traditional route and provide your email address, full name, password, and then click on Sign Up. In my case, I'm going to sign in with Google. Once you sign in, you'll be told to check your inbox, follow all the steps in there, and then you'll automatically be redirected to this page, which is where we need to assign your bracket to a project. So go ahead, click on select right here and click on new project. In my particular case, I already have a project, so I'm going to go ahead and click on my first project right here, and then click on save changes. And just like that, your bracket will be published. Now you can go ahead and copy the code for the tournament bracket and basically embed it on your website. Alternatively, you can go ahead and copy the link for the bracket and share it with others. In my case, I'm going to do neither right now. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this window, and I'm going to go ahead and click on start tournament right here. Before we start the tournament though, you will see this pop-up which will tell you the different things that you can and can't change once the tournament begins. So yeah, go ahead, read through this and click on start tournament. Now in my particular case, since I'm going to be the one that is going to manually update the brackets as the tournament progresses, what I want to do is go to the matches section right here on the left hand side of the screen, and let's just suppose I want to update the outcome of match number 1, which is between Kyle Roger and Mike Ferry. So I'm going to click on match 1 right here, and then you can see the participants and the winner section. Click on winner here, and then simply select the winner. So in my case, I want to go for Kyle Roger right here. And as you can see, as soon as I've selected the winner, Kyle Roger gets automatically put through to the second stage of the tournament, while Mike Ferry gets scratched out because they've been eliminated. Here you can also update the score, so for example 5-2 like that. You can also set the date, time and the venue, as well as provide the game overview if that's relevant. Now, despite the fact that the large majority of features and functionalities on the Brackets Ninja website are completely free, there are some that require a premium plan. So I want to quickly run you through the different premium plans and show you what they have to offer. So go ahead, click on free right here on the top, and then you will be taken to the plans page. This is what the plans page looks like, and here are all the available plans that we can choose from. By default, you'll be assigned to a free plan, which supports up to 300 monthly page views. It does not allow for votes or predictions. It only allows you to create one bracket for up to 8 teams or players per bracket. So for example, if you're creating a Call of Duty tournament bracket that has 9 or more participants or teams, then you naturally have to go at least for the basic plan, which supports unlimited monthly page views, up to 500 votes, up to 30 predictions, up to 10 brackets, and up to 32 teams or players per bracket. You can also go for the pro plan here or the business plan, which are a lot more comprehensive. Another thing I want to mention is that if you plan to use the Brackets Ninja website throughout the year, I would definitely recommend you to go for one of the premium plans and sign up on an annual basis, because you get to save up to 48%, which is a super nice saving. And if you want to go ahead and compare all the plans head to head before you make a decision, simply scroll down to the bottom here, and then you can see all the features and functionalities for all the plans. And that's about it. That's how to create a tournament bracket for Call of Duty. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out.